Hi everybody, hope everybody is well and you all had a fabulous February. This is my fabulous whip update. My whip weekend coincides with the with today as Monday, the last day. So normally I do the video on the Monday, so it doesn't make sense to do two videos as well as a February update video. So I'm going to just do them all together. I'll start off with the retreat. Everybody knows that I went to a retreat. Yes, I went to Haid Retreat in Crewe in the UK, and it was hilarious. Loads of fun. Enjoyed it so much. As it was my first retreat, I was a little bit conservative, I suppose. I was very I kept to myself a little bit more than I had hoped. I thought I would have been more outgoing and more social butterfly, but I wasn't. I kept to the people that I knew, and I didn't wander. I felt so awkward about looking at other people's stuff in front of other people, so I had to wait until everybody had left the room before I could even consider like having a wander around and looking at everybody's works in progresses and all their finishes. And oh my god, the finishes are amazing. No jokes, right? The finishes that we saw was amazing. It was just and yeah, it put me to shame considering I've got like loads of Haid whips and I've not even finished a page on my Haid, so I'm like, oh no, this is not good. Better get stitching. But anyway, I didn't do much stitching in my retreat. What I did do, I figured out that I'm completely confused with my magic grotto. I had no idea where I left off, what was going on. I'm trying out the digital way of stitching, like looking at the chart on a tablet. But I don't know if I've messed up on the stitching or if I've messed up on the marking of the stitches on the tablet. I have no idea. So I started it, or I don't know, it might have been just the fact that I was surrounded by people and I couldn't cope with looking at my... For the first afternoon, I really couldn't stitch. I was like, what is going on with me? I can't concentrate. I can't stitch. All I want to do is just look at people and listen to them talk and just like watch them all stitch. And I couldn't figure out how to keep track of where I was stitching on my stitching and from my chart. I don't know if anybody else had this problem. But in the end, I gave my magic grotto up. I was like, no, that's something to do while I'm at home in quiet and solitude. So, just as a reminder, this is what it looked like before and what it looks like now, because there's no changes whatsoever. So I'll put a photo in here for you. Right, on the way to the retreat, I worked on the Dahlia, Quick Dip Dahlia by Hannah Lynn, I believe. It's the Heaven and Earth design, and it's what I'm working on as part of the Heaven and Earth design challenges. So challenge 1 was to work in diagonals and have only the corners touching. I decided to do it this way. I thought it'd be easier. So when I do the next blocks, I'll just work back towards the corner of the page. So yeah, so I've done 6 blocks now. I just need to finish off another 4 and then I'm done. So hopefully next week I will try to work on that and get that done. while I was at the retreat, the majority of my stitching went on Beloved, mainly because it's just 3 colours and it was a little bit easier to concentrate on, especially on Saturday and the Sunday. And then when I travelled home alone on the train, and I continued to work on Beloved because I was determined to get one column done before the official end of the retreat, which was when I got home, and I managed it. And then the Hade bug bit me, and I continued on with it for at least another week or 2. So this is what it looks like now. So I am almost halfway through the first page. So hopefully in the next month I'll try and get another column done, and then just work on it as and when I get the chance. So the next thing is my Whip That Whip weekend, which I just worked on from Friday to Sunday. I was working on my frog pile, as you know, and I'm still focusing on that because I'm trying to get Sexy Frog finished. Sadly, I couldn't get that much done over the weekend, but I'm happy that I've done some. So I'll insert a picture of what it did look like before now. And this is what it looked like now. So this is what it looked like now. So I couldn't quite get the photo to show you properly, but it was literally, that bit was done throughout the whole from last weekend, and this weekend I just did that much. So just this little down bit here. It really is lovely to stitch. I love these frogs. They're so lovely, and the colours are amazing. And once you get those eyes in, it just seemed to change the entire piece of that frog. The frog just looks like alive when it's done, when the eyes are done. Sexy. Yeah, so that's my my frogs. And do you like my needle minders? This is the very first needle minder. No, it's not. It's the second needle minder I've ever got. And it's a dragonfly. And when I put it here, I had no idea that it made an actual pond thing. So I thought that was quite funky. Yeah. So that's all I have to say about my sexy frog and the alpha frog. They're just divine, and they're getting on quite well together. And I've almost finished them up. So yeah, that's that with them. Okay, so the last thing that I worked on in February, I packed it up away into an envelope now, ready to put in the post tomorrow. I should have done it today, but I was house viewing to see if we could find a house to rent, so that we could move out early. But it didn't quite happen. The places weren't as lovely as the pictures showed them, so they were quite grotty and a bit cramped, and in fact our flat is a bit more open compared to that one, and that's saying something. So yeah, so it's going to be put in the post tomorrow to Sabia. So I filmed something late last night in preparation for this video, because I knew I wouldn't have it out. I just wanted it to be packed away so that I can put it in the post quickly tomorrow first thing. Yeah, so I've inserted the video here, and I'll put that in now. Here is the round robin piece that I've been working on for Emily Chadwick, Flosstube. This round robin is her Bots of Friends, which is the Bots of Delight that she had nicely named Friends, because all of her friends in the Mad Chatters group will be working on it. Well, 9 of us I think, maybe even 10, I'm not entirely sure. But I was the first person to work on her piece in the round robin. I've been assigned the first one, and this is the 5 friends that I have been working on. I've also put my initials on there, BD, Bonnie Diddle, and yeah, so this was the first piece that this was the first one that I did, and it is the thread that I got from my secret stitcher, the thread silks. I have to read in my notes what it's by, because it's not a brand I've ever heard of before, so when I got it I knew it was going to go in there. Oh, it's by Thread Pickers Silks, and it's in the colour Painted Explosion. So there we go. Thread Pickers Silks in the colour Painted Explosion. The next one I did was this one over here. This is Desiree's Dreams from Threadworks. I'm also doing my Tree of Stitches in this colour, but I thought it would be wonderful to add in here. The next one I did, the rest are all out of Threadworks because I like the thread. So the middle one here is Grey Flamingo. I think that's awesome. It's so cute. I love the grey to the white to the pink, and I like the shocking pink. So I knew that had to go in here. The next one is Mosaic. It's this one. This is, I don't know if you can see it, but it's purple, green and blue. I think it's awesome. It's absolutely beautiful. It's called Mosaic. And here is my favourite of them all. It's called Indian Tapestry. I'm not sure if you can tell straight away, but I made a mistake in this one. I hadn't realised that I had made the squares here wrong. So what I did was I just made them all the same, so that it could look like it's supposed to be that way. But yeah, I don't think this thread, this particular motif, shows the beauty of this thread much as much as I thought it would. But it is beautiful. It's blue, purple and brown. It's gorgeous. So yeah, I thought that would, when you bring it all up like this, I think it actually looks fabulous. I think it's gorgeous. I love it. And when everybody has done it, it gets sent back to Emily, and Emily will fill in the rest, and it will look awesome. I can't wait. The next person I'm going to be sending this off to is Well Wishing Stitches, Sabia, and no doubt she's got some awesome colours that will go in there. And I know some people are going to be using some silks. Oh yeah, these 4 from Threadworks are cotton, and this one is silk, I believe. That was the first time I've ever worked on silk before, and I absolutely loved it. It was good. My back is a little bit messy. I've got a lot to learn about black work, I reckon. Especially in this one, it got so busy I couldn't figure out how to make it. Oh dear. But I don't think it shows up in the front, which is the main thing. Because if it did, I would have ripped it all out and started again. But I think it looks absolutely lovely, considering it's my first time like doing proper black work on a Liz Ormond design. And after doing this, I've decided that I would love to do this design myself on my own. Like, not on my own, like, on my own, I need to do it on my own. No, what I mean is to do my own piece. That's a better phrase of words. I'd love to do this myself. It won't be this year, because I've got a Liz Ormond design that I want to start this year that's already kitted up. But I would like to do this. It's absolutely fabulous. So this is going to be sent off to Sabir tomorrow. And yeah. Can't wait to get the next piece, which Emily will be sending to me, because she was working on Dee Stitcher's piece, which is the Great British sampler, or the Great Britain sampler. So that's going to be interesting. Anyway, so yeah, that's it. I'll see you later. Bye. So I hope you enjoyed my February update, and I plan to work on my Tree of Stitches in March. I plan to finish my Hay challenge on Dahlia in March. I've got to finish that by the 15th of March, and I hope to continue working on Frog Pile. If I can, I'd like to work on Beloved a bit more and try and get to at least get to page finish by the end of the month, but I very much doubt that will happen because that is a lot of stitching. But you never know, I might find the time, I might not. As you know, I've started doing some decluttering in my home, and I do have a lot of clutter mentally and materialistically, and so that has been taking up a lot of my time, yeah, so stitching hasn't become second seat, the second best in my life. I still really love stitching a lot, but at the moment other things are needing to take a bit of more priority than they did, and my hoarding has sort of taken a leap for the worst, and I don't want to take it all into the new house. I want it all gone, and when I say the new house, I mean I have to move house to another rental property, and I want it to be a bigger house, but I don't want it to be full of my junk. So my stitching stuff I'm keeping, my crafty stuff I'm keeping, the books that I never read that I always thought I would keep, they're going. They have to. I'm not reading them, and I now got a Kindle, so that will save. I can hoard digitally, but hoarding books just take up space. I've got loads of DVDs which I don't watch. I'll keep my favourites, but the rest, they can go. There was a whole load of mess in this corner here, but that's all gone. It's been chucked out, and I've started packing. I packed all my stuff that I'm definitely keeping, so I can see what I need to sort through. I've done my wardrobe through the Project 333 challenge, and I'll be doing a video on that. Yeah, so I think I'm going to have to end it there, and love to you all. Hope you like my video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and welcome to my channel. And yeah, have a wonderful March. Happy stitching. Bye. Happy stitching. Bye.